What's up and welcome to My Point of View. I am your fat and opinionated host, and word around town right now is that Amber Heard is about to sign a new tell-all book deal, if she hasn't signed the deal already. And for some reason, this is coming as a surprise to the majority of the people out there. But you know what? It does not surprise me in the least bit. I saw this coming from a mile away. I said it at the beginning of the Johnny Depp trial, and I will say it again right here on this video. The Johnny Depp trial, this whole entire situation with Johnny Depp, it is Amber Heard's biggest role yet. It is the biggest role and will always be the biggest role of her lifetime. And she knows that. When the dust settles and we're all dead and gone, Johnny Depp will be remembered as the guy who played Edward Scissorhands, the guy who played Sweeney Todd, the guy who played the worst Willy Wonka, the guy who was in this, the guy who was in that, the guy who's on tour right now, playing the guitar. He will be remembered for so many things. Amber Heard, on the other hand, she will be remembered as that crazy woman from the Johnny Depp trial. The one who took a grumpy in Johnny Depp's bed. So you better believe she's going to capitalize off of this while she can, as much as she can. And that's what she has been doing for years up until this point. And if you thought for 1 second that it was going to be hard for her getting work going forward, then maybe you haven't been paying close attention to Hollywood lately. Hollywood, the mainstream media, these corporations, these social justice movements, they all worked together and created the monster that was Amber Heard. And they're not ready to put that monster back in the cage yet. You see, if Hollywood stops hiring Amber Heard, that means they admit they were wrong. Hollywood will never admit that they were wrong. If they refuse to give her jobs, if she gets less work, that means that this whole narrative that they pushed was wrong and it was misguided. They will never admit that. Even if it means making Amber Heard the poster child for all of these movements going forward. That's what she was meant to be from the first place. She was going to be the face of the Me Too movement, the face for victims everywhere. And going forward, instead of removing her because it has been proven that she is a liar, no, they're going to double down on it. They're going to double down on it because if they remove her, if they admit that they were wrong, then their narrative shatters. They aren't willing to do that, at least not yet, and I don't think they will ever be willing to do that going forward. So what we're going to see here is they're going to double down on Amber Heard. She's probably going to get more work than what she got before, and there's going to be a certain portion of people and a lot of these SJWs and these people in Hollywood, these woke idiots, who are going to be clapping it, cheering it on along the way. So what we're going to see is everyone's going to double down on Amber Heard right when you thought it was over. And I can confirm from sources that are close to me who have reached out to me over the past few months that there is an internal battle going on right now at WB. There was discussions about getting rid of her. There was discussions about getting rid of her before this trial for things that for reasons that have nothing to do with the Johnny Depp trial. Chemistry was off between her and Jason Momoa. They're not really a fan of her acting, and they just don't want to deal with her. Why? They haven't really specified the exact reasons, but I'm thinking maybe she's a little problematic. Or maybe some of the people working there are uncomfortable working around her. But we know that they already were trying to part ways with her. And they started doing test screenings for Aquaman 2, where Amber Heard only had a few minutes of screen time. Like they almost just depleted her amount of screen time to nothingness, to where she was hardly going to be in the movie at all. You would probably forget that she even popped up on screen. But now, in the latest test screenings, she's getting more time on screen. And from what I've been told, most of the people working on the movie, the director, the people closely involved on actually working on the film, they don't want any part of Amber Heard. They don't really want her in the film anymore. They're trying to cut down her scenes. However, the people really in charge, the people really behind everything, the top of the top, they're the ones that are forcing them to basically re-add these scenes. They're the reason why there's new test screenings of extra Amber Heard footage. Because yes, the people working on the movie, they don't want her in there, but the powers that be, they're going to go to any length to make sure that she's going to be in this movie. And that she's going to be in more movies going forward. Because that's part of their agenda. And they can't let go of that. They can't admit they were wrong. They are afraid to, because they know that a lot of this stuff that they're pushing, it's flimsy. It's really delicate. It only takes a couple of people realizing what's going on here before everything comes crumbling down. And that's why you see the mainstream media being so desperate after the verdict in the Johnny Depp trial. So yes, going forward, we have not heard the last of Amber Heard. She's going to have a new interview coming out. She's going to have a tell-all book. And what's crazy is what got us here in the first place. I mean, there was a chain reaction of events, but this Washington Ed Post, the Washington Post, the article that Amber wrote or had written about Johnny Depp. That's kind of what got us here. And now that Johnny Depp, we've gone through this trial, it's been proven that, basically Johnny Depp won defamation. We get all that. No need to do a whole rundown of the trial. But now that it's over, Amber Heard is going to write this tell-all book and basically just bring us back to square one again. Her writing a bunch of lies about Johnny Depp that are going to make him look bad. So I feel like this is a revolving door. Who knows? Amber Heard writes this book and then maybe we'll see them battling out in court again. Like, it's a revolving door. It's a revolving door with this woman. She keeps mentioning how Johnny wouldn't move on, but we see that that's a lie now. We see who has problems moving on. Johnny Depp is out here going on with his life, and she is sitting here about to write a tell-all book about this entire situation. So all in all, like I said, I'm not surprised. It's typical of Hollywood to be this way. If you're surprised, then maybe you have not been paying attention to them lately. But hopefully this opens up eyes to how these people operate, because there's been a lot of people trying to draw attention to this type of stuff for years. Me personally, I've been trying to show the hypocrisy that is coming from Hollywood and people like this, these powerful people, for years. And a lot of times it falls on deaf ears. So now, hopefully people are waking up to it. But I want to know your thoughts about all of this down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, and remember, always remain opinionated.